The Immovable Race to World War III by Ean Mikale. Chapter title: Traffic Monitoring, and they did not forget, said the mystic as the fire flickered. They remembered. And they marked the sky. Do you not believe that when the craft had crashed, that they did not study the angle of the crash, in order to determine what trajectory the craft had come from, what part of the sky the craft had fallen from? For they were expecting another, because previously there had been one who had fallen nearby. And as soon as it had fallen, they immediately set up a parameter for that area, in order to prepare, should another being ever land there again. And they were prepared with systems that were invisible, that were in place, hundreds of years before the projected being's arrival. And they knew that this being would come. But there was more than meets the eye, for they could not foretell the future, for this was not a gift of beings of a lowly order. So to blind one's eye would mean that they themselves would be blind. But we do not put it past a man, who believes that he can easily replace an eye. But every so often, those that fall, rise and never fall again. For there are those, who are immovable, who descend and ascend. And yes, your leaders, those that have been so-called prophets, they have fallen, and there has been those that have called themselves by the name of a priestly class, who often watch the skies and the sun, or they prepare in the form of tangible things that are symbolic. And they often control the masses, and they do it with precision. And for this age is it necessary in order to prevent chaos and confusion. But there should be a time in the future, that man has achieved his higher self. And there shall not be a need for such terms as diversity, but there shall be ubiquitous unity, and all of mankind, even those darker corners of the world, all of mankind shall benefit from the increase in tranquility. But they never forgot, and they would set permanent sentinels, 24 hours a day, monitoring that part of the sky. But what they did not plan for, was watching the inside of the earth. For while they were watching the skies, there were things that were stirring in the earth, things that man cannot control, things that were once thought destroyed. For it is up to the collective consciousness of mankind in order to determine the direction of their species, for we desire to help and assist in such an artful transition, but there are many colonies. They are but specks of sand, but they are all precious. Each and every one of them. For even the smallest of ants is a replica and symbol of the whole. So in the sight of it, even Solomon was forced to pay his respects.